All right, everyone. This is Anthony Gillen and Will Becker here. We met for the first time last week and talked a little bit about using social media. Anthony is the owner of Mine Safety Solutions. And after an experience where he got injured on the job, he came up with several ideas to help protect people in mining as well as other manual labor jobs with these pretty amazing gloves. I am Will Becker, and I love helping people, which is why I'm here. Helped several people with their social media, and as Anthony and I have been talking over the last couple months, I've helped him a little bit with his. And tonight we're going to talk about 4 different things. First, we're going to talk about Facebook groups, and second, we're going to talk about creating a story. Then we're going to talk about search engine optimization, SEO, and hashtags. And then we're going to talk about tips for building your audience. So, Anthony, what have you done in social media groups, Facebook, primarily here, to connect with other groups, and what groups have you connected with?
So the different types of groups that I've connected myself with was the mining club, oil and gas industry group, health and safety, and the Tiger Club.
Tigers Club.
Yes.
That group that weird guy has.
And there's a reason why I joined that particular group, to motivate people to get them up beat, because sometimes we're feeling down. So I give them some motivation. And so that creates more audience to be aware of my MSS and who I am as a company as well. So that's why I connect myself, not just with the mining industry or the oil and gas, but also other sectors as well too. So it gets you more exposure, the better.
Yeah, when it comes to Facebook groups, you definitely want to connect to ones that are related to your business. I connect to a lot of entrepreneur groups, a lot of networking groups, and I also am a part of a couple crypto as well as gold and some other things that my business touches. But I started the Tigers Club for the purpose of providing upbeat and positive content. I've got a couple contributors in there. Anthony is one of them, that provide their own content, things that inspire them and that they're involved in. I've got a guy named Luis Vargas out of California who is involved with a bunch of startup stuff and entrepreneurship, where he helps people there, and you can actually connect with him and take classes with him through what he does. And because he's providing value to the group, he actually now, as well as Anthony, goes in there and he can post, and I don't have to check it. They've provided such good content over time. And in some groups, you're going to find that they're going to restrict content, and they're going to want to see what you're going to post, what you're going to talk about, before they just let you throw stuff in there. Over time, the moderators may, what I'm going to try and say is allow you to just post as you wish. And I know for my group, I'm pretty selective. I don't mind if you're posting about your business, if you're looking for customers or business partners, but it can't be spammy. I don't want to see, like 3 and 4 posts in my group from the same person for similar things. I usually go with 1 a day from someone. And usually, like Lewis, for example, he does maybe 1 every 2 or 3 days, I think. Anthony, I don't remember how often you post. I think you've only done like once or twice a week.
Yeah, I try not to do it too often, but I try to still keep with the exposure as well. I try to do it mostly on my personal and then connect them to my business, but I got to do a little bit more on your page as well too, for motivational as well.
Yeah, motivation, and I mean, the whole point for my group to do that is really to build people up, because I know that sometimes saying something positive or seeing like I do a lot of quotes. Love quotes. I think I have over 500 now that I have published through social media. And I go to other groups for information that are, in the network marketing business, in the network marketing space, to see what other people are doing, and to see what's working for them, because this whole online stuff is a lot different than just talking one-on-one to somebody. So, all right, anything else you want to add on groups?
I would just suggest to anybody that's starting out with a business, for instance, just connect yourself as many groups as possible. So if it's a safety product, connect yourself with that sector, like mining, oil and gas, health and safety, and branch yourself off and just create that atmosphere of people to view what you're doing. Not always talk about selling your product, because people get scared. So educate people, do videos like how me and Will are doing right now, and that will create more audience and engagements. So engagement is the key, and like and share, that is another thing too. Tell people when you're doing a video, like and share this video, because more people are going to be known who you are as a company, and your personal brand is very important. And we're going to be talking about that very shortly.
Absolutely. Now, one of the important things that I learned is you got to tell your story on social media, and you can do it in small chunks. You can do it in bigger groups or in longer stretches. But Anthony and both have found that shorter videos under 15, under 10 minutes seem to get more eyeballs. More people are willing to jump on there and take a look at the video, watch the whole thing. I know that when I have a friend that posts something, depending on the length, I will come back and watch it later. If it's shorter, I'm more likely to watch it right then and there when I find it. So, Anthony, what are some ways that you've told your story about your company and about your brand on Facebook?
Well, one of the stories that I've told is about the hand injury. I had a 150-pound bar that came down on my hand, causing a fracture. And so the reason why I tell that story is because it has an emotional connection to the viewers. That's why I tell it to my viewers, because they can relate that it can happen to them. When you tell a story, make sure that your viewers are watching this and that it can change their lives by this product or the service, So keep in mind that when you're telling the story, really make it meaningful. So have a really good impact on it.
Yeah. And there are a lot of different ways to tell a story. You can tell a story through pictures. You can tell your story through video. You can just write out your story. And what I've seen from the big social media influencers out there, which I am trying to learn how to do, is you tell your story in multiple ways. You tell a longer version, you tell a shorter version, you tell a mid-sized version. You illustrate it, or you video and do it like a reenactment, maybe, depending on your story. Or if you're talking about a product, you want to talk about the solution that your product solves. Mm-hmm. And that's how, and so you have to experiment with it, because each person is going to tell a story differently, and you've got to find the way that connects to the audience that you are looking to talk to. So the next thing then, our third thing, is SEO, search engine optimization. And this is primarily done with what we now call hashtags. Back in the olden days of phones, it was a
pound.
It was a pound or a number sign.
Yeah.
So using the good old hashtag. The best advice I got was to start small with your hashtags, your business name, anything that really connects. For example, I use Iron Will, I use motivation, and I used to use personal growth, but I changed that to autodidact, which is self-study, self-exploration. And so I had those three for quite a while. And as I grew in my understanding, I added more and I changed them. In fact, I probably spend an hour a month thinking about my social media hashtags and looking over them, because I want to make sure they're relevant to the story I'm telling, to the products I'm sharing, and they're going to help you find your audience, finds you when you do that. And it does take time. Don't worry about it. Don't rush it. You can get someone to help you with that. I've helped a couple of different companies do hashtags for themselves and given them suggestions and ideas. And you really want to think about your business, who you're looking to connect to, and even what your product does. So Anthony, what are some hashtags that you've used for Mind Safety Solutions?
Some of them, what I've used is hashtag Timmins, MSS Timmins. It kind of depends on what I'm posting. But let's say for my safety gloves, for instance, so I would put in hashtag injuries, mine in, so I try to target my audience. If I'm trying to get like Timmins or Sudbury, Canada, Ontario, those would be another thing too. But obviously I need to expand that even more and reach out more audience. So I'm always learning as well, getting more audience when it comes to hashtags.
Yeah, and that's a process. Unless you're willing to pay an expert to do it, and if you're going to do it on your own, which is why we're here, is to help people figure that out on their own. You definitely want to take your time and think about it, and don't worry, you'll figure it out. We were going to talk about a fourth thing, but we have decided to keep this to 15 minutes, and we're up against that time. So we will save that for the next time, and that's going to be tips on building your audience and some different things that you can do in that regard. Anthony and I both have experience in communicating with people and doing that. Anthony, any final words for tonight?
So the final word I would say to everybody is to just build up a relationship with individuals on your social media page. That will get you further in the game than some of these big, large corporations.
Yeah, absolutely. Last thing before we go, if you get value from this video, please like and share it.
Yes.
Anthony, what's your website?
MindSafetySolutions.ca.
All right. Mine is ironwill.net. And the page that you want to go to is the self-education page. On the website, go to the upper left-hand corner. It says self-education. There's a list of over 85 books that I can recommend for business, personal, and professional development. No, not one of them are mine, and there are no affiliate links. So, all right, my friends, take care. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys. Not Friday next week. I'm at an event, so we might look at doing Thursday, or we might do something on maybe Monday or Tuesday. So, all right, guys, take care. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you.